Hello, thank you for watching this video. I'm going to be going over every weapon in Battle Bay and then ranking it. So, I have 4,000 Infamy, which is Nightmare League, and I'm also level 45. So, I think with that in mind, there are definitely a whole lot of people a lot better than me at the game, but I'm pretty qualified to say what weapons are good and what weapons are bad, and just briefly explain it. Thank you a lot for watching this. It means a lot that you're giving me your time, and yeah. So I have 5 tiers here. In the top one, that's the best. Those are all the weapons that are beyond a doubt best ones in the game. I might do another one that goes in a little more depth to those ones, but yeah, those are just the best ones. Then the next one is it stands its ground. It may not be the best, but it's still really good. And it stands its ground. Next is usable. They definitely aren't the best, but they are not the worst. Like, they're a lot of better weapons, but they're also not the worst weapons. Then I've got others do its job. And that's basically, this weapon here would be good if that weapon there didn't just do its job a whole lot better. It's like, oh, well, this weapon here isn't good in this circumstance, but that one's just better. And then you've got the worst of the worst. So, let's get into it. Thank you a lot for watching. Here we go. So, first is Napalm Launcher, and Napalm is good. It lets you pick where the enemy gets to be, where they get to conjugate, and if the enemy has a healing plasma, you get to get rid of it. And it won't get you lots of damage, but when you have a napalm, you get to pick where your enemy is, and that is really strong. You don't like them hiding behind that rock? Well, they have to jump out in the open or change the spot that they've had a very good vantage on you. So napalm is really good. Then you've got flare gun. Flare gun is the best. It's not the best in the game, but it's in the best without question. It's got a really quick cooldown, and in total damage, it does almost the same as like a base EC. Like, yeah, EC does more, but it's a 1-slot weapon. EC's 2-slot, and it's a fast cooldown, and it's easy to land. Then you've got mine, just like napalm. When you've got mine, you pick where the enemy gets to hide. If you don't want the enemy going through that narrow way, well, they can't. Also, mines deal tons of damage. Like, they can turn a loss to a win because one of the enemies was being stupid. And they're also pretty easy to play. Like, it doesn't take a lot of skill to play a mine. Then we got Missile Launcher, best weapon in the game. If you haven't watched any of my other videos, you should. But also, I talk a lot more in depth. You can shoot over a wall, super easy to aim. Like, you're going to average 1,000 damage every hit. And then on slow ships at medium range, you can easily get 3,000 damage. Missile Launcher is good. It's the best. Then, you got Multi-Missile. If Missile Launcher wasn't in the game, Multi-Missile would be good. It would probably stand its own ground. But, because of Missile Launcher, it sucks. In no case is it better than Missile Launcher. If Missile Launcher wasn't in the game, Multi-Missile would be a whole lot better, but because of Missile Launcher, Multi-Missile is just bad. It's basically just Missile Launcher, but worse. So, yeah. On its own, Multi-Missile is actually kind of good. I like it. I really like it, but it's just worse than Missile Launcher. Then you got Big Torp. Big Torp goes to the best. 3,000 damage. A good Big Torp hit can turn a loss to a win. And yeah, like, So many ranked games, it's like all of a sudden the fixer gets hit by a big torp, and then bam, one railgun, one sniper, and all of a sudden, what looked like an obvious loss might be a win. So, it's really good. Not to mention Frost Torp, the best speeder combo in the game, dealing 5,000 damage, and the enemy can't do anything. It's absurd. Almost does the same as a mine, and you can aim it. It's really good. It's just, you aim it, fire, bam, hard to hit, but when you're doing that much damage, it's fine. Then you got Railgun. Honestly, I don't like Railgun. It's my third lowest damage in total weapon, but I use Railgun every once in a while, and I have no trouble aiming it and getting hits, and mine does half the damage as the high levels. If me, who has spent very little time training with a Railgun, and I can get hits no problem, people who have focused Railgun for 15,000 battles, and theirs does 3,000 plus damage, yeah, that's pretty dang good. Railgun is the best. It's between missile launcher, railgun, and one unnamed. That is the best. Okay, then we got standard torp. Others do its job. I really like standard torp, or mortar, standard mortar, but it's just like damage-wise, same as ballpark, harder to hit, same as long-range mortar, less accurate. If you're going frost, it's just worse than Berta. It's like, if you're going frost, go Berta instead of standard. If you're going for accuracy, go long range. If you're just going to get hits, go ballpark. Standard mortar just doesn't really have a place. It's good, just others are better. Then you got triple torp. It's usable. It's probably the weakest of the torpedoes after an unnamed torpedo, which any Battle Bay player knows, but the torps are just low damage, and you're probably only going to hit one if you hit one. Harder to aim, and it's just kind of spray and pray, hope you hit something. So, yeah. It's not bad, but it's definitely not great. Then we have the grenade. That's the unnamed one I was talking about earlier. Mine is lowish level compared to my enemies, and it's a one slot that does 2,000 damage when it has almost a 100% chance to crit. The high level ones do 3,000 damage, and it's a one slot weapon. Like base without crit, it does the same as an EC. It's easily the most overpowered weapon in the game, and it sets the enemy on fire, so it boosts your cannon weapons too. It's so dang strong. If you want a really good weapon and you want to climb the ranks, go railgun, grenade launcher, missile, and you will be set. Grenade launcher is easily the most overpowered weapon in the game. The only thing that's not making it the most is the fact it's a one slot, and if it was toned to be a two slot weapon, it'd easily be stronger than railgun missile launcher. It's just, yeah, it's a one slot, so it does a bit less damage than a two slot does, so yeah. It's just so dang strong, and it's easy to hit. Like slow ships, you have no problem hitting. That's the one disadvantage though, is if you're against a speeder or someone with a nitro, it's kind of hard to get hits. But apart from that, it's just so dang good. Like, grenade's the most overpowered weapon. It only got long range, and it's usable. It's really accurate. Its projectile speed is fast. It's the fastest mortar to get to your target. And hey, it's pretty accurate on slow ships. So yeah, you can constantly get 1,000 damage. It's a good weapon. It's just, I'm not a fan of mortars. Don't really like mortars. If you're using mortars, it's probably one of the best mortars you can use. But it's just, I don't know, I don't like mortars that much. But out of mortars, it's pretty good. It's just like though missile and sniper and grenade, they kind of give you the same range, just more damage. So it's really good, and I like it. It's just, I'm not a huge fan of mortars, so that's what puts it there. But you can easily do bullseyes with it. And then we got ballpark. This is the best mortar. I'm not a fan of mortars, but at low levels, this thing is the worst. It's like the railgun and grenade of the high levels. At low levels, ballpark spammers are the worst because no one has a turbo or a high level turbo, and you can't escape them. They're the worst, and also they're the highest damage mortar. If you want a mortar and you just want mortar hits, mortar damage, use ballpark mortar. If you want accuracy, use long range, and then that's about it. That's what I'd tell you for mortars. I wouldn't really go mortars myself. You can definitely get good hits with mortar, but they're just, if you want to be the best, don't go mortars. I'm also against just running the meta, but if you want to do really good, rise in infamy, don't go mortars. But still play them. Still make a variety of teams. Don't just make every team the meta. And then we have next, Big Berta. Others do its job. You can get really huge, giant Big Berta hits with Frost. Thing is, you could have got that same hit with a Big Torp, probably done more damage and taken less damage yourself with an easier hit to get. And then if you're not using Frost, well, you're probably not even going to hit the enemy. And if you do hit the enemy, it's going to be around the same damage as a ballpark mortar. Just others do its job. It's so hard to get a hit with a Big Berta if you don't have Frost. It's so slow, like the enemy has to be trying to get hit with it. And when you do have Frost, it's really fun. It's a really fun combo to play. And in certain circumstances, it is absurdly strong. But it's just, Big Torp Frost is way better most of the time. Then we got Gatling Gun. If you have to sit in the open for 15 seconds to deal 1,000 damage, you aren't in the open for 15 seconds. But if you have to sit in the open to deal a little bit of damage, you're taking like triple the damage you deal. It is the worst. Like having to sit in the open while your screen is shaking to deal a bit of damage that all the enemy has to do is break your line of sight to avoid. And you have to sit in the open, just go boop, 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 boop. It's the worst. It sucks. You cannot get worse than a Gatling Gun. Like, I usually say play the bad weapons, but do not play Gatling Gun. It sucks. Then we got Carronade. Carronade used to be in the stands its own ground category. Like, it was good. It had a really quick cooldown. It had its place. It was a good defensive weapon. Then they gave it a long cooldown, and it's never better than Blast Cannon or Sniper. Like, it does the same damage as a Blast Cannon does at point blank range. And the only other benefit, apart from having to be closer and your shots being spread out, is that it slows them down. But for having to be really close to get it, it's pretty bad. Carronade used to stand its ground with its quick cooldown, but it just lost that. And because it was overpowered at low levels, and then, yeah, got nerfed, gave it more range, and now it's just bad version of Blast Cannon or Sniper Cannon. It's like, it doesn't deal more damage than a Blast Cannon or a Flare Gun or a Sniper, and you have to be closer to hit all your hits, and if you want to shoot it from afar, you're only going to get like 3, 4, or miss all your shots. It's a really unique weapon, and I love its design, but it's just bad. I only got Standard Cannon. And Standard Cannon, I really like. Every time I think about Standard Cannon, it's like, oh, it must be insane. Like, if you can use it right, it's really good. No, enemies break your line of sight. All it takes is a rock, and your Standard Cannon ain't good anymore. Like, mine is really good. I have a really high level epic one. It does 700 damage a hit. I love the thing. But it is in no sense good. It's fun to use. In some circumstances it's good. But all the enemy has to do is get behind a rock, and then they're safe. Putting crit chance on it's fun though, because you can get crits often. That's an 1000 damage crit. And yeah, it's a really fun weapon to use, but I wouldn't take it in ranked. Maybe if you're a fixer and you just want a combo weapon, yeah, that's a good one. Or a shooter and you need another weapon spot, yeah, it's good. It's a fun to use weapon, but all the enemy has to do is break your line of sight with a rock or something, and you can't hit them. Then you got explosive cannon, and it goes in the best. Pair of flare, bam, that's a 2500 to 3000 damage hit right there, plus the damage from the flare. And it's immediate. Like, you got flare gun, that does a ton of damage. You got, like, missile, grenade, the torpedoes, both easy. It's immediate. As soon as you press the button, your cannon's out, hits it, bam. Not to mention it does splash damage, which is not the biggest thing. Like, it's rarely used, but still there. But it's insane. EC is really good. It's, in my opinion, a little worse than a railgun because you have to be sort of close to get a hit with it, but it's still really good. And yeah, pair of flare and you are doing absurd damage. Then we got blast cannon. Blast cannon, it stands its ground. If you don't have 2 slots and you want a good cannon that deals a ton of damage right away, pick blast cannon. It's a mini explosive cannon. Everything about explosive cannon, blast cannon can do, apart from the explosion and the splash damage, but everything that's good about the EC you can do with the blast cannon. But fire damage on it, bam, you got 2000 damage hit. It's just really good. Then you got Swift Torp. Swift Torp is amazing. Super fast. You can easily get to do 1500 to 2000 above damage, and it's really easy to land. A menace against slow ships, and then if there's a plasma, bunch of ships in there, just send it straight in there, bam, tons of splash damage. It's really good. Easy to land. It's just a really good weapon, and yeah. Swift Torp is super good. Just shoot it in there. It's definitely one of the weaker ones in the best category. I will say Swift Torpedo, Flare Gun, and then this guy are on the verge of getting to stand its own ground. If you watch my videos, you know Sniper Cannon is my favorite weapon. You should watch my videos, wink wink. And it's really good. At the beginning, it's the worst weapon in the game. I will tell you that. It sucks. But as soon as you get crit chance on it, it's insane. Like, doing 2000 damage, like, when you get all 4 crit chances on, it's like a 50% chance. And having a 50% chance to do 2000 damage, that's easy to hit, easy to aim. It's so dang good. Like, Sniper is just amazing. I love the weapon. And it's a sort of quick cooldown. Does almost 2000 damage. Super easy to land if you crit it. Even if you don't crit, it's still like 1000 with fire, 700 to 800 without. It's still decent damage if you don't crit. It's just very poor damage. But hey, I love it. It's my first legit weapon, and ever since, it's just been my main weapon that I've tried to focus on. I love it. Also, if you stick all crit damage perks on it, you have a 15% chance to deal like 3000 damage. It's really good. I love it. Then we've got Standard Torpedo. I'm pretty sure in the wee old days of Battle Bay, when it first got released, Standard Torpedo used to be one of the most overpowered weapons, but it's not anymore. Swift Torpedo just outdoes it in every sense. Swift Torp just has a bit longer of a cooldown, like 3 seconds, 4 seconds longer, and like it's way easier to hit, has more damage. If Standard Torp had more damage than Swift Torp, it could definitely be usable, but there's no situation when a standard torp is better than a swift torp. Like, standard torps are slow, hard to hit. They've got really fast cooldown. That's what they got going for them, but they're really hard to hit. And then just take a swift torp. You get just a bit longer of a cooldown, and you've got way faster, way more damage projectiles that are way easier to land. I love standard torp. I think it's a fun weapon, but it's just never better than swift torp. So yeah, if it got more damage and did more damage than swift torp, I would say, hey, it's definitely usable. But because it does less damage than swift torp, it's like, it's way harder to aim. It's just a little faster of a cooldown. Here's the thing, like, more damage in the now is better than damage over time. Like, that's the thing with Battle Bay, is dealing 1,000 damage now is better than dealing, like, 1,500 damage in free standard cannon shots, because it's easier to get out of the way. That's just the way of Battle Bay. And last, we have Firebomb, and it's usable. It's pretty easy to aim a fire or dodge a firebomb, so it's really hard to get hits with it. When you do get hits, it's really nice. All your teammates' cannons are boosted, but after that, it's just kind of, yeah. It's definitely not the best, but it's not bad. And giving an enemy 20 seconds of fire is really good. So it stands its ground. It's just not the best. Hey, thank you for watching this video. It means a lot to me that you did this. And hey, if you learned something, well, that's good.